Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Jarvis S. Scott with What's Happening in Birmingham. Today I have the honor and pleasure of being with attorney Dan Crane.
That's right.
I know you all see this person's face on billboards, TV commercials, radio commercials. I finally got him on the podcast. Attorney Dan Crane, thank you for coming on.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
Great. I wanted to bring him on because we're going to talk about personal injury today and also talk about his law firm. So, first of all, just tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you know, my name is Dan Crane, or as you may know, a lot of people may not know, but my name is Dan Crane, and I handle personal injury claims. We have a firm that's called Dan Crane Injury Law, and what we do is we represent the plaintiffs that's been wronged in a personal injury claim.
Okay, so tell them where you're from and how you came to Birmingham and things like that.
I hail from Florida, Orlando, Florida.
All right.
Spent a lot of time down in Orlando, Florida. I moved here when I was, I think, 28, 29, somewhere around there, and practiced with a firm here, and then thought that I would do better if I could just serve the people, and so I started Dan Crane Law.
Okay, so why did you decide to go into personal injury? Because that's very competitive, and we see so many.
Yes, it's extremely competitive. Mm-hmm. Personal injury law is one of those laws that, or one of those areas that allows a plaintiff or a person to have access to the legal system, right? Some fields of law requires that you pay the lawyer up front. Mm-hmm. And so if you pay the lawyer up front in most or all cases, sometimes you may not be able to have access to the legal system, right? And so what we do is we work on a contingency basis, meaning you don't have to pay us anything. Allow us to work on your case, and if there's a collection, then we will take our attorney's fees. It comes out of that collection. So if we are unable to collect, then you don't owe us anything. So that in turn gives people access to the legal system that otherwise may not have access to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see. So how, in your opinion, how has personal injury cases changed over the years?
It's changed drastically. There is a lot of things that cause more personal injury claims than not. You have cell phones now. A lot of people use cell phones in the car, and so that's what I see a growing problem. Cell phone car accidents as it relates to use of cell phones.
All right, so let's ask the most important question. The reason why we're on this podcast: why should I or anybody watching this video choose your law firm over all these other advertisements we see and claims and things like that?
Right. Now, this is one of the things that we get asked all the time. Mm-hmm. Why should we choose Dan Crane Law over any other law firm out there? Mm-hmm. There's a couple of things or reasons why I would say. One of the things is most personal injury firms. I'll say this. There's two parts in an accident case. You have a property claim, then you have a bodily injury claim. Okay. Most personal injury firms do not represent property damage claims. Okay. And so that becomes real important because if you're involved in a car wreck and your car is totaled, and the adjuster underappraised your car. For instance, if your car is worth $10,000 and the adjuster comes in and say it's worth $7,000, what do you do? Well, you need some representation, right? Mm-hmm. Most law firms do not represent the property claim, and we do, right? Another thing is that we're here in this community. There's a lot of law firms that's not even here. Mm-hmm. You'll see a lot of advertisements for this firm, that firm. Mm-hmm. Their firm's not here. Mm-hmm. Okay, make no mistake about it. They're not here. You won't see that attorney that you see on that commercial.
So yeah, that's what I'm glad you break it down.
Right.
Will I ever see you? Or will I see one of your staff people?
I'll tell you this: you're gonna see both.
Okay.
Right? Because when you have a law firm, and you represent clients, you want to try You want to try your best to be there for them, and so you put people in place to help you, right? And so when someone calls, if I'm not available, they will speak to a case manager or paralegal. And so there's times there's other firms that solo, and if you call, you may be calling their cell phone, and if they're in court, you can't get a hold of them. Okay. And that's not, sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes it's a bad thing because you do have that personal connection if you can call their cell phones, but if they're in court, you just can't get an answer that you need. To whereas you can call the office and talk to one of our case managers. We have 5 of them. Okay. And get the question answered that you may have if I'm in court or something like that.
So how typically long is the process from the time I'm injured in the accident until the time, I guess, we see in the commercials, I got paid or my payout?
You know, I'm glad you said that. You said 2 things that's extremely important, right? The most common questions that we get from a plaintiff or a client is how much and how long. Both of those answers depend on the case. Okay. Right? And when I say they both depend on the case, because a soft tissue case may settle or may get a judgment quicker than a wrongful death case or a case where there's broken bones. Okay. So how long depends on the case. How much depends on the injury. A lot of times people mistake because they were in an 18-wheeler accident that the claim is huge, but it goes off the injuries. So if you are in an 18-wheeler accident, but you only have soft tissue injuries, it's treated as a soft tissue injury. Generally, now you can add on some things. You know, how long was the driver driving? Was he drunk at the time? So those things actually add on, but that's why a case depends on the facts. Each case depends on each specific facts to that case. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So what if somebody's watching right now and, you know, they take on, attorney, take you on or take any other attorneys on, but then they get impatient and say, well, I'm just going to settle with the insurance company. Can you please tell them what are the pitfalls behind that?
The major pitfall is you devalue your case. Okay, if I know, I'll tell you this. It's hard to find somebody that's willing to or voluntarily give you money, right? Okay. So insurance companies are in the business to make money, right? Okay. And so if we have a claim and you're asking the insurance company for money, who wants to voluntarily pay, right? So once they know what type of circumstance you're in, they can lowball your case. Oh, well, I know, Jarvis, I know you was in an accident. I know you need some money. I know your case is worth $20,000, but let me offer you 10 because I know you need something right now. You may take it, right? So it hurts the case. What we always tell a client is to allow us to handle the case, be patient, talk to us, and we can explain to you exactly where your case is and how long we think it's going to last. It all depends on each case, but call us. Do not call the adjuster. It only hurts your case.
So let's just say somebody looking at this video and say, well, I'm still going to sign. What are some things that happen after they sign? I don't want to, you tell me whether this is true or false. If they sign the case and they come back months later, years later, with a back injury or leg injury or spine injury that was a result of that car, can they still go after the insurance company or they sign all the lives?
So I think what you're asking is what happens after they sign a settlement agreement, right? Yes. Whether it's through court action or they settle out of court. Yeah. Your claim dissolves, right? And so what we try to do is we make sure that everything is covered. Every damage is covered within this claim. So because once you settle or once you get a judgment, that's it. Now judgment, obviously you can appeal it if it goes against your favor, but if it settles, your claim is done, right? And so what we do is we try to make sure that every damage is considered within this claim. Yeah.
All right. So what you mentioned before about the importance of having an attorney that's locally here in the community. Can you tell people about all the different things you have done in the community over the years you've been in business?
Well, I'll tell you this. One of the things that my father lives in Orlando, Florida. All right. His name is Edward Crane, right? Okay. And so one of the things that we do, we talk, and he's a business person at the end of the day. And first thing he says, well, son, how's business? Well, it's doing good, can always be better. But he always ends the conversation with, give back to the community, support the community, take care of the community. So I take that to heart, and what we do, we do give back. Backpack giveaways, Christmas. I think we buy bikes for Christmas all the time. Toys. We do the turkey drive. We sponsored a lot of charitable events here. And there's a lot of things to come that we're doing to just try to help out the community and give back, because the community gives to us. It's only right to give back, right?
All right. So if they want to get in contact with you, well, let me kind of circle back. What is one final thing you would like to tell the people about yourself? Because, you know, people, they see you in the advertisements, they see the radio commercials.
Right.
I mean, you've done a great job of putting the brand name out there.
Right. One of the things, this is the most obvious, right? But sometimes people overlook it. I'm human.
Okay.
I'm human, right? And so sometimes the expectations for us to do certain things, we're human, right? Allow us to work the case, take care of you. We have your best interest. Allow us to practice law, but we're human, you know. So that's the most important thing, because sometimes they want a Superman.
Okay.
Right? And we try to be the Superman, but we're human just as well as you are.
All right, so what's the phone number, website, social media?
Social media. Well, the phone number is 205-623-5533. Website is
Crane.
Website is craneinjurylaw.com. Okay. I don't know social medias.
All right, well, we got circle. Don't worry, I have it listed on there. So, Dan, thank you for taking time to come on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
For more videos, please check out my website, what'shappeningbirmingham.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all again. Bye-bye.
Make sure you check him out.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.